Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes.
And it was a nice little episode.
Yeah, I think there's more interesting things than of late, and it was good. Yeah,
it was good. For those of you just finding us, thanks for locating us. We've been lost for a little while with Thanksgiving going on, and now we're back to talk about Potomac, and we're happy to have you here. So please like, subscribe, follow, whatever the hell makes it so we know you're watching. All these different platforms. I'm too old to know, but thanks for joining us. Truly,
a whole new month, December.
Oh God, it is a whole new month.
Yeah.
I did get a rabbit text this morning from a friend.
Oh.
It's going to be a good month.
Yeah, so then SJP did her usual rabbit post on Instagram, so that means...
The rabbit's an important post.
It is.
It really is. Or, you don't want that bad luck.
Nope.
I have to go mail that chain letter I got the other day as well before that gets...
Chain letter.
It's weird how when the internet came around, chain letters just stopped happening.
Right. Well, who's sending letters anymore?
Let's start a scam with chain letters.
Yes.
Let's do it. This episode of Potomac was, lighthearted yet dramatic yet, had right points in the right places. Yeah,
there are, some more moments. I think the Wendy, Eddie families coming, or like maybe it's just his family, meeting his kids, which is crazy. But I think it's a good starting point to reconciliation. At least if the siblings, the parents may not be able to get in on this or may not want to get on this, but at least his siblings are making the effort and came to the party and met their nephews and niece.
This is like the third episode in a row where they talk about it and they finally actually talked about it, showed it happening
and cried and all the things.
So I'm moving on. Cool, it happened.
I thought it was a warm moment.
It was a warm moment. It was nice.
It was touching.
Got to meet their aunties. Well,
because basically the majority of the party, aside from like Wendy's 40 still, was let's interrogate Mia about her social media postings, which is like, at this point, don't we all know, like we present one thing on social media when not all of us, but a lot of people present one thing on social media when another thing is going on in real life. So they want to have the happy moments of like the kids are jumping in the pool, and
especially back with Facebook, you could maybe post, "Hey, I'm not feeling too well." But what do you do on Instagram to post here's a picture of me crying,
right? Or like, I don't know about Gordon now, and today is not a good day for him, and if his bipolar diagnosis. It's like
Facebook lent itself to actually having those the written updates, whereas Instagram, you're supposed to post a photo that encapsulates how you're feeling,
right?
And it's not like you're like, oh, here's a picture of me being miserable.
But I like that Jacqueline actually said, you know what? It wasn't all like fun and roses, because 5 minutes in, Gordon's like, screw this, I don't want to be around ink. And that's real life. But they captured at least the fun of the day. Right. I think it's confusing, but like Gizelle was really pushing the point, and she had to because she was trying to move story along. But it was still like a little too pushy. And I understand like why Mia was irked by her.
Yeah, I can understand that as well. I can understand why many people are
Gizelle, yes. Which she hasn't been irking me as badly, God knows, compared to last season. So this is the first episode I was like, oh, she's bugging me. But not to the same degree.
Right. But she did make it seem as though she's just saving it all up so she can unleash in upcoming episodes.
Right. So. Yeah. Basically it went that she's picking on Mia. Mia complained about it to Jacqueline while also talking shit about Jacqueline's fashion sense, comparing it to Giselle's.
I do like any sort of dig. I don't mean dig specifically on Gizelle, but I just like the ongoing joke that Gizelle doesn't know how to dress.
And you'd think after all these years, we're now in season 9, that she would get it together. I don't think she has to like change who she is, but you can like be who you are and be fashionable.
Or hire a stylist.
Yes. She's an OG. She's making good money.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked, before we get off of Giselle's bad fashion, I like what she wore to the to Ashley repelling thing. Yeah. It wasn't everyone's cup of tea.
It wasn't horrible. It was better than what she wore when she met with the whole mediation discussion.
Yeah. But for me, I didn't take a crack at her there. I was like, hey, we get it.
Yeah.
But also, just backing up, I wouldn't take my fashion advice from Mia. Like,
no,
there's certain things, or Ashley more than I would Mia. But
who's most fashionable on the cast?
Who's most fashionable?
They're behind you.
Behind me over here. I would say right now, I'd say Stacey, followed by Karen, maybe.
Oh, I'd say Stacey, and then followed by Wendy, at least confessional-wise.
Yeah, my problem is Wendy showed up in that purple dress where she could barely walk.
Yeah.
And like, just, I don't know what, I want to know what, let's ask our fashion friend about it. Because what's the part of the dress called when it's basically just a skin-tight casing for your boobs?
Bodice?
But whatever.
Bustier?
I don't know what that, no, because there's got to be something special for whatever the hell Wendy was wearing, because it was like dress, and then like boob case. It wasn't even supporting, it was just case for boobs.
Case for boobs.
So that's kind of turned me off, because it was like, the stitching was like around the sides perfectly. It's got to be some sort of, yeah.
The purple was pretty, but like the length was just like, it was like old-fashioned curtains. You know, movies where like they pull the string and the curtains fall down.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. But Mia wears some good fashions, but I don't think that she is consistently fashionable.
Yes.
And sometimes also she just dresses like a hooker. I mean, she dresses like a stripper. Like she has that aesthetic, and so does Ashley, where it's like it's not necessarily,
it's boom bang pow,
right?
Yeah.
So
I always need that.
I don't think Gizelle is going for boom bang pow,
right? So
like, to compare the two, or not saying, also whatever Mia was like encouraging Jacqueline to wear at that damn shop was uglier than what she walked in with.
Yes.
Like
I liked the striped dress that Jacqueline was wearing, that she walked in with a little bob wig.
So there's one thing to say that maybe you dress a little basic or a little bit plain. That's one thing, but just because someone dresses a little bit basic or plain doesn't mean they should turn around and just dress like a,
right,
dress over the top all the time. Like just because it's not plain doesn't mean it's good.
The thing is, like, we're not trying to say, like, if you want to be sexual or if you want to like present, however, it's just sometimes it's not fashionable,
right?
So it's like you can be like boobs out, but like really designer boobs out,
right? Also, I guess what it is like, just because someone's dressed sexy doesn't mean that it's not fashionable.
Right.
If someone's dressed more conservatively doesn't mean it's not fashionable,
right,
or pretty. So I just think Mia is consistently like, that's just kind of boring, and I don't know. Like, but Mia wears some great conservative looks too. But the big rose confessional dress, like
she's just drowning in roses, like American Beauty.
Yeah, no one is showing up to get coffee wearing that,
Right.
So, but Mia wears some great outfits out in the real world going to get coffee. So I'm not saying that Mia's 100% just over the top, but she leans that way more so than other people. And I just think, digging on Jacqueline for dressing like a normal person.
I think both Mia and Ashley sometimes can trend towards the Kelly Bundy.
Yes. Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
It's the way to call that one.
Yes.
So, back to Wendy's birthday party, though. They did take Stacey aside and tell her, like,
oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
You in danger.
You and me. And it was so a page out of Kyle's book, like, that may be you guys, but like my husband and I, this is amicable, and we're keeping this as friends, and
I guess it's well-intentioned advice, but it's kind of, I don't know, like insulting for them who barely know this woman.
Right.
Sit there and be like, well, that's what you might think. It's like, you don't know me, you don't know my situation, you don't know
my husband.
You know any of this. And like, I thought Stacey was very diplomatic to say, thank you for what you're taking into consideration.
Just like Kyle, she saved it for the confessional, like, yeah, that's not how it's going to go.
The fact that she came back.
Then we cut to, like, he has accounts that she didn't know about, things that are in her name that she didn't know about. And then open up a conversation of, I don't know how to pay my mortgage, says Wendy. And it's really, it's interesting how I can understand, like, I'm going to take care of the kids' stuff and getting them situated and you take care of the household stuff. But you should know, God forbid, if anything happened to Eddie, that you know how to pay the mortgage.
Well, I was gonna say, like, if I were to fall ill and go to the hospital, tomorrow, you probably would need a refresher or show you over.
I know how much it is. I just don't know exactly like how you do it because because
I just transfer Burton.
Right.
I'm the one who's deathly afraid of not paying bills on time.
Yeah, the same. And I know that you're going to take care of it. But yeah, we both should know the ins and outs of,
how to make our lives continue financially.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's interesting to hear all the women say that they didn't know X, Y, and Z and all that stuff.
And then the Ashley of it all, that Michael, much like his lawsuit against Candace, he cannot accept anyone saying anything negative about him. And so I think he feels so much ill will towards the show and how it's presented him to the public and the ridicule that he's faced from it, that he is now saying, like, you can never talk about me for all, perpetuity, and
because whenever he gets on Grindr, someone thinks it's a fake account. And no, it's really me. Like, maybe don't be like DMV ass scrapper or whatever your handle is.
DMV Gollum.
I mean, allegedly he did all those things, right?
I mean,
allegedly he's
allegedly. Don't sue me, Michael Darby. I don't have Candace
we don't
money.
Have money, really.
Just, yeah. But yeah, I understand. Like,
this podcast makes zero. This podcast loses money. Waiting for a refund on something.
But you're not going to get that, dude. Like, she's not going to agree to that. Like, someone on the show is going to talk smack, but maybe they won't, seeing what Candace went through.
Mm-hmm.
I would just be like, whatever, that's your deal. I'm not saying anything about Michael Darby and his Gollum ways. Leave that to Ashley. So, but I love how she's like, what do I look like? A genie? A wizard? I can't stop people from talking about you.
Right.
So...
No, that's good. It was interesting to hear about the different tactics to mediation. They're going to get it all done in one day versus Stacey and her ex, who are going to do it over a course of events.
Well, the fact that it was 9 hours and she never made eye contact with him, like, that's a really awkward 9 hours. Was there a lunch break?
It goes from like, we're going to live in the same penthouse to he's buying me a house. He's going to stop by occasionally to now we make eye contact.
Yeah.
It seems to be part of the story that, has been left out on the show, at least. I think in social media, there's been some coverage of a fallout, but it didn't seem that big. Well, she
officially filed recently. But I don't know how amicable they are. She did mention, I guess it was on the show, that they have to approve of anybody they're dating before they meet the kids.
Yeah.
So...
But not make eye contact. That would be a serious fallout to.
It's so awkward to be in the same room. It's probably not a large room either, and to not he's over here on one end, she's on one end, the other end, to not look at him, and it's just the history that you had is just gone.
Yeah,
that's weird.
That's right. You're dead to me if we get a divorce.
Yes,
I can't.
Yeah, well, we're not getting it worse.
Very true.
Obviously.
I can't see who's behind me.
So Kierna.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, I like her, but I don't like her personal story.
I don't need to see her trying to be girl boss.
It's not even that. It's like her boyfriend's boring to me. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but the fact that her story is that basically he didn't want her to do the show after, and rightfully so she got attacked by some girl, had to go to the hospital. I could see, as your loved one, maybe this is not for you, right? But still, it's like you're in danger.
Well, because the story, the narrative they seem to be telling already is that he is an old-fashioned kind of man and doesn't want her to he wants to be the provider and doesn't want her to necessarily.
Or he wants to boss her around at work.
Exactly. And so, and we see in the second half of the season trailer that, she starts saying, the way he talked to me.
Yeah.
So it just makes it seem like he's a little controlling. At least that's the narrative that they're.
And that 6-year age difference is, apparently very huge for them.
I mean, Bronwyn's here, hold my beer.
Yeah, right. You don't know, girl.
Yeah.
You don't know, Kiki.
So, we've seen so very little of it so far that, we're going to get the rest of it whether we like it or not. But yeah,
right. That's her personal story.
She's seeing that. I swear to God, though, if I hear any more about PP,
look, we don't care about PP and Jacqueline. I'm glad. PP, but... Yeah. We don't care about PP and Jacqueline. Whatever. We don't care. I'm glad Raven's doing great. I didn't need that whole sit down with Karen. I also did not need, again, glad she's doing well. Didn't need a whole sit down with Grace to talk about what.
Yeah.
I am curious about like this whole thing I mentioned in the trailer of Giselle's father's will. Like, I want to know what that's about. Like, who's contesting it, and I guess she's contesting it, but like
contesting it, yeah.
But like, what is someone trying to prevent her from getting all the money? Like, does she have any? I don't think she has any siblings.
No, but it could be like a probate thing. Like maybe he set something up to like,
or maybe
taxes or something.
Maybe there's like a sister of his or brother who's trying to prevent. Yeah,
could be.
So
turns out her father was in love with Karen. Karen's her mortal enemy from now.
Can you imagine? I leave all my money to Karen. Sorry, Jizzy. Who else?
I really think that scene with Raven was really just there so Karen can turn down the Chardonnay.
And God bless her, because other people
would not.
No, they will not.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire season, she just drank sodas and waters, and good on you, Karen.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Also, I wish they would have just said, today we're going to this restaurant that is preparing for us a chef's menu. The restaurant is not open. It's just the two of us.
Right. They shut it down for us. Yeah.
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 Like, they didn't need to say, like, they shut it down because of cameras. It just, like, or because production got free food. Whatever the case. It would have been nice to, like, have that played up with them instead of, we're going to lunch. Everything's normal about the two owners of the restaurant handing us food.
Right, and like guiding us through the menu. Yeah, if it'd be like, I know the chef, I know the owner.
Yeah, make up some sort of fake story that makes it more interesting.
Because also it makes you seem very important that they shut down this restaurant for you, and this is a special day for you and your daughter, who flies in and out in the same day.
Right. Meanwhile, Gizelle and Grace are out getting boozy ice cream that Gizelle got carded for. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sure that it was done just for the cameras and just to show the Bureau of Alcohol.
Yes, for sure.
Look, we card everybody, even her.
Yeah, and then clearly this youngin is not getting any because she is not old enough. It was made very clear.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When we go to Atlanta, I want to give that place a try.
Well, that's in D.C.
Oh, damn it.
I was like...
It's getting all confused with her going back. She's going to school in Florida, not even in Georgia.
Right.
Well, anyway, maybe it's one of those places in Atlanta. I'm going to look that up.
Do they have a swig in Atlanta?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
See on the list of up to the day. Yeah. There's a lot of swigs opening soon in a lot of places.
Okay.
So take a look. Although should say.
Oh, for sure. To have that moment of
We'll find that exact one they go to in Provo. Go there
and have an insane amount of sugar in our
apparently coconut cream. Coconut cream on everything in that menu.
Good Lord.
And I love eating coconut cream. Anyway.
What do you think then just takes us to repelling?
Oh yeah.
For the homeless.
Yes. I would totally do that.
I would not.
I think that's fantastic.
I can't imagine purposely stepping off a building like that and just like
backwards.
I'd want to go front facing. Yes.
No.
But I wouldn't want to know, like, just to like, it's a leap of faith, as cheesy as she made it sound, to just lay back and be like, here I go, and got Karen praying for you in her Louboutins.
That was, I don't know if that was prayer worthy. Like, you're not going to fall from that. Yeah, the guy going out next to her, I was wondering if he was part of production because he's like had a camera, like woohoo, kind of flopping around having a fun time, or whether he was another participant or someone who worked there for
that Matt guy. I think that was
another guy going down, a skinny black dude was going.
Oh, okay.
Not the beefy white gay
that she met when she first got there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But and like I said, I think the Alice Morning Show in San Francisco did that. I don't know off of what building in San Francisco. I think it was the Hilton or the Hyatt, which I think is much higher than 14 stories.
Yes.
So,
Any stories.
I think that
any stories above 1, I'm like, nope.
I mean, at some point, you're just walking back down like it's a old Batman cartoon.
Right.
You know, like except I guess they were just walking along, pretending they were just going up a building. But...
Yes, Spider Mom. Yes.
Yeah. And her kids wearing the damn straw.
I mean,
like,
I don't know why this felt like it was a kids' event. Why they all brought their kids.
I guess it was one that
there wouldn't be alcohol. There probably wouldn't be a lot of fighting because it was for charity. It's outdoors. They had bubbles.
Yeah. Arabella looked thrilled to be there. It was
so thrilled. She's like, hello.
And then,
that was sweet though. At one point, they showed her like holding Cameron's hand.
Yeah,
that's cute.
Was sweet.
Yeah.
And then they showed Wendy's boys, like doing this weird balancing beam.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me.
So I guess there were kids activities while people were risking their lives.
No one was risking their life.
I don't know. Wouldn't do it.
But I also thought because it was for charity, and she said, we got to make at least $1,000. They didn't make a show over the women in Atlanta
donating.
Like if this had been Atlanta, Kenny would have been there, been all like, "Here's a check for $10,000."
And then she would take in the mic. Come on, everybody, pitch in.
So
going once, going twice.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
And then speaking of kids, you should never involve kids. Like, when Mia pulling that out of her ass of like, when we were in the Dominican Republic last season, you caught a boy going in on your ring cam, going and trying to see your daughter. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? Just say, I don't appreciate how you're criticizing my life and my Instagram post. There's no need to go tit for tat. And definitely you don't want to bring up Gizelle's girls because she will claw your face off. Not in that moment, but she's geared up for it for the right moment to be. I truly think I don't know if I say truly think, but I think in the trailer when Gizelle is saying, you're not a good mom, I think she's saying it to Mia.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. And that's just don't go there about kids, people.
Even if you mean it, and even if it's true, because all it's going to do is evoke this whole kind of Fifth Amendment of don't bring up the children.
Yeah.
And then once you do, then it's all off. It's all fluffed off. And...
Yeah. My thing is like with Mia, obviously, one day her kids will see this. This is on TV. It's on the internet, whatever. But I think in the moment, she is doing the best that she can. And I'm sure she's a very loving mom and she takes care of those kids. And Gordon, too, he's, doing the best he can given his situation. So I don't think there's any bad parenting there just because she's juggling ink and Gordon. I almost said Simon. So I still, the criticism is just like, I wouldn't go there,
Yeah, I mean, I just think in general, Mia's also reaching. She's just trying to find something to
attach Gizelle on.
Yeah.
I just say, I thought that was a douche comment you made.
Right.
And leave it at that. You got to pick the right fight.
Yeah.
It's like Kyle and Dorit. Pick the right fight that's going to get your message across the best. Otherwise, you seem like
it's like you're trying to, or you're just petty making something.
Right. You're trying to find a reason to be pissed off. Like, you have a legit reason to be pissed off. Go with it. Yeah. Carry it through, and then let's move on. Yeah.
So the whole week long worth of of Thanksgiving, and all doing a bunch of these shows back to back.
Putting up a tree.
For a tree.
Got new ornaments, a very big tree.
Yeah, very big.
Large tree.
We got some stockings up.
Got some stockings, some yarn. We did some string.
Made some social media videos. Check us out on TikTok.
Right. TikTok.
Yeah, I'm very proud of ourselves.
Yeah.
If I do say so myself.
And you did.
Can you say it too?
I am very proud of ourselves.
Oh, are you proud of me? Oh,
I am.
Thank you. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. But yeah, I mean, I think this was a good episode overall. And, again,
excited by the mid-season trailer.
It's not like high stakes drama. It was just moving the stories back along, and got some stuff to look forward to next week.
Yes.
It fell in line with kind of what we got with New York this week, and Salt Lake wasn't too high stakes, I don't think, but other than the Mary stuff. So
still some, yeah.
Beverly Hills is still kind of getting the storyline set up. So
right, still early.
A nice kind of steady pace for all the shows.
Yes, very much so.
But as far as Potomac goes, we'll have to take care of that next time.
Till next time.